1 tablespoon of something that is sitting in your kitchen right now, poured into your rinse water once a week. That is how Amish wives keep hair thick enough to braid into their 80s, and in the next few minutes, you will have the exact recipe down to the spoon. Now, when hair starts thinning after 50, most of us believe the same thing. It is age, it is hormones, and there is nothing to be done except buy more products. But Amish women believe something different. They believe most thinning is not hair falling out at all. It is hair being slowly stolen. And once you see the thief, you can stop it. So today I will show you what is actually taking your hair, the 1 tablespoon rinse that stops it, and the 3 mistakes that turn this remedy into damage. Let me say one thing, and then I will not bring it up again. I have gathered the complete Amish hair growth method into a guide that can help you grow longer, stronger hair while saving between $160 and $390 a year on modern hair products. You can find it at ancestralbeauty.shop. If you want it, it is there. That is all. Now, let us get back to the old Amish ways. So let me show you the thief. Pull a single strand of hair from your brush and hold it up to the window. If your hair has been feeling dull, stiff, a little like straw at the ends, that strand is not simply old. It is coated, wrapped in a layer of minerals so thin you cannot see it, but you can feel it every time your hair refuses to shine, refuses to move, refuses to grow past a certain length without snapping. Here is where it comes from. Most water in this country is what is called hard water. As rain filters down through rock and soil, it picks up calcium and magnesium, and then it carries them straight up through your pipes and out of your shower head. You already know what those minerals do, even if you have never thought about it. Look inside your kettle. That white, chalky crust on the bottom? That is the same deposit, and every wash lays a fine layer of it onto every strand of your hair. Now, a mineral-coated hair behaves differently. It turns rigid, so instead of bending when you brush it, it snaps. It turns rough, so it tangles and tears, and it lies flat and dull against your head because crusted hair cannot catch the light and cannot hold any lift. So you look in the mirror, you see less shine, less volume, more hair in the drain, and you say the words every woman says, "My hair is thinning." It must be my age, but hold on, thinning has 2 parts, and almost nobody separates them. Yes, as we get older, some follicles slow down. That part is biology, but the other part, the snapping, the breakage, the hair that grows but never survives, that part is not age at all. That is theft, and it is happening in your shower, every single wash, on water that is harder than you think. The Amish have always lived on this exact water, well water drawn straight from limestone country, some of the hardest water in America. By every modern rule, Amish women should have the driest, most brittle hair in the country. And yet, there they are, 80 years old, with braids as thick as a wrist. Because generations ago, their grandmothers found the one thing that takes that mineral crust off. And it costs pennies, and it is sitting in your pantry right now. It is apple cider vinegar, plain, raw apple cider vinegar. The cloudy kind with the sediment at the bottom, the same bottle the Amish keep for pickling. That is the entire secret. But the power is not in the ingredient. It is in the measure and the method. So here is the ritual exactly, step by step. Before your bath, take a jar or a pitcher and pour in 2 cups of cool water. Then add 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. 1. Level, not heaping. Stir it once and set it within reach of where you wash. The Amish way is to prepare the rinse before the washing ever begins. No measuring with wet hands, no guessing. Then wash your hair as you normally would on wash day, once a week with a plain, simple soap. Rinse the soap out completely with water first. The vinegar rinse is not a shampoo. It is the final word, the last thing that touches your hair. Now lean your head forward and pour slowly. Start at the roots. at the crown of your head and let it run down the full length to the ends. Take your time, a slow pour, 10 or 15 seconds, so every section gets its share. With your fingertips, work it gently into your scalp for about 30 seconds, the same way you would work rain into a garden bed. And now, the step that feels wrong the first time. Do not rinse it out. Or at most, pass a small splash of cool water over it. Cool, never hot, because heat undoes the sealing work you just did. Then press your hair with a towel. Press, never rub. I know exactly what you are thinking, because everyone thinks it. The smell. And here is the honest answer. Yes, for 20 minutes, you will smell like a salad. And then the vinegar evaporates as your hair dries, and the smell goes with it completely. Dry hair holds no vinegar smell at all. What it holds instead is a softness you have likely not felt in years. That is the whole ritual. 1 tablespoon, 2 cups, once a week, on wash day, poured root to tip, left in. 6 things to remember, and not one of them costs more than a few cents. But before you march to the kitchen and start pouring, wait, because I have watched people take this simple recipe and ruin it. They change the measure, they change the vinegar, they change the timing, and to understand why every one of those changes backfires, you need to see what is actually happening on the strand. Because this little tablespoon is doing 2 jobs at once. Job number 1, it dissolves the crust. Remember the kettle? If your grandmother ever cleaned one, you already know how she did it. She did not scrub the lime scale off. She poured in vinegar and let it sit, and the crust simply let go. That is what acetic acid does to mineral deposits. It loosens their grip so water can carry them away. And it does the very same thing on a strand of hair. The calcium film that ordinary soap cannot touch, vinegar releases it, wash by wash, layer by layer. Your hair is not being coated with something new, it is being uncovered. Job number 2, and this is the one almost nobody understands. It closes the surface of the hair itself. Every strand of your hair is wrapped in tiny overlapping scales, like shingles on a roof. When those shingles lie flat, hair is smooth, it shines, and it slides. Strands glide past each other instead of tangling. But those shingles answer to one thing: acidity. Your hair is naturally slightly acidic. Water is not. Soap is even less so. So every ordinary wash pushes your hair the wrong way, and the shingles lift. Lifted shingles are why hair squeaks, tangles, frizzes, and snaps. Vinegar pushes everything back. It returns the hair to its natural acidic state, and the shingles lie down and lock, like smoothing a roof flat with your palm. Sealed hair reflects light. Sealed hair holds its moisture. Sealed hair bends instead of breaking. So there is your tablespoon, one hand removing the crust of years, the other hand sealing the strand so it can defend itself. No product on the shelf does both at once, and the ones that attempt half of it charge you $30 a bottle. And here is the part I find most humbling. Amish women cannot explain any of this to you. They have never heard of acidity or cuticle scales. They found this answer a different way. And the reason they found it is far less glamorous than any beauty secret. Every Amish farm runs on a well. No city pipes, no treatment plant, no water softener humming in the basement. Just a pump, and water drawn straight up through limestone, which means Amish wives have always washed their hair in some of the hardest water this country has. The crust that builds slowly in your shower builds twice as fast in theirs. So picture a farm wife, generations back. Her hair reaches her knees, and she is never permitted to cut it. You may remember that from our talk about the combing ritual. Every strand has to last, and week after week, she watches the well water leave her hair stiffer and duller. She cannot buy a remedy, there is no store to buy it from, so she looks at what her own house already holds. And there it is, in the pantry. The barrel of apple cider vinegar, the same vinegar that preserves her pickles, cleans her windows, and lifts the white crust off her kettles. If it takes the crust off a kettle, why not off her hair? A splash in the rinse water, then a measured spoonful once a week. And within a month, the answer is shining right there on her head. That is how this knowledge was actually born, not in a beauty parlor, but in a farmhouse kitchen, out of plain necessity. And it worked so well that it simply never left. Mothers taught daughters, who taught their daughters for 200 years, while the rest of the world moved to city water and forgot the problem ever existed. Except, the world did not really escape the problem. Most American homes today still run on hard water. You have the Amish problem. You simply lost the Amish answer. Well, now you have it back. But before you use it tonight, there are 3 mistakes that can turn this remedy into damage. And the third one is the very reason most women who try this give up and walk away. Mistake number 1, making it stronger. Somewhere in the first week, a voice in your head will whisper, "If 1 tablespoon works, imagine 3. Do not listen to it. Vinegar is an acid, and the dilution is not a suggestion. It is the safety. At 1 tablespoon in 2 cups, it is gentle enough to leave in your hair. Poured strong, it dries the strand, stings the scalp, and undoes everything it was meant to do. The Amish measure with a spoon for a reason. More is not better. More is the opposite. Mistake number 2, doing it too often. This is a wash day ritual, once a week, and that is all. An acid rinse every day is like scrubbing a pot that is already clean. You stop removing buildup and start wearing down the surface. And one more caution here. If your scalp is broken, scratched, or irritated, skip that week entirely. Vinegar on broken skin is misery, and the ritual will still be there when you have healed. And mistake number 3, the one that defeats the most women, expecting the mirror to change in 1 wash. Hear me on this. That mineral crust settled onto your hair in whisper-thin layers over years. It leaves the same way, in layers over weeks. Here is the honest timeline. After the first rinse, softness and a shine you will notice in the light. By week 3 or 4, movement, hair that swings again instead of hanging. And by the 2nd or 3rd month, the quiet miracle. Less hair in the drain, less hair in the brush, because the breakage is stopping. Most women quit at week 2, right before the part they wanted. Do not be most women. And now let me tell you plainly what this rinse will never do, because I will not lie to you the way the shampoo aisle does. Vinegar does not grow hair. A follicle that has closed is closed, and no kitchen remedy on this earth reopens it. What vinegar does is end the theft. Every strand that stops snapping is a strand that stays on your head. This year, next year, for decades. And that is the real answer to how Amish wives keep thick hair into their 80s. It was never magic growth. It is 60 years of hair they simply never lost. Not a miracle. Arithmetic. So look at what you carry out of this video. You know the thief now, the mineral crust that stiffens, dulls, and snaps your hair while you blame your age. You have the weapon measured to the spoon, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in 2 cups of cool water, poured root to tip on wash day, left in. You know the 2 jobs it does, dissolving the crust and sealing the strand. You know it was born in a farmhouse, not a laboratory. And you know the timeline, so when week 2 tempts you to quit, you will keep pouring. Tonight it cost you a spoon, a jar, and 15 seconds. The Amish wives never called it a beauty secret. They called it common sense, and starting this week, so can you.